is equals to the lower class boundary L1 plus data 1 all over data 1 plus data 2 times the class boundary. From the count, it is equals to n, the number of frequency, total number of frequency over 2, which will now give us 50. Total number of frequency is 50 over 2, which will give us 25. So the lower class boundary is 69.5. Data 1 is the number before we now have, we minus the data before the frequency median, which is 12 minus 9, which we now have as 3. While data 2 is data 2 is 12 minus the frequency of the median, which is 1. The class boundary is 5. Therefore, we substitute these values into the formula. We now have 69.5 plus, in bracket, 3 over, that is 3, which is data 1, over data 1, which is 3, plus data 2, which is 1, times by the class boundary, which is 5. Then, if you do the mathematics and open the bracket, we have 69.5 plus 15 over 4, which will give us 69.5 plus 3.75. Our mode is equal to 73.25. Example: the following table shows the frequency distribution of the ages in years of 50 people. Ages, frequency. When the age are between 10 to 19, the frequency is 6. When the ages are between 20 to 29, the frequency is 12. When the ages are between 30 to 39, the frequency is 16. When the ages are between 40 to 49, the frequency is 9. When the ages are between 50 to 59, the frequency is 5. When the ages are between 60 to 69, the frequency is 2. We are told to find A, the lower quartile, which is Q1, B, the upper quartile, which is Q3, C, the semi-interquartile range, D, 70th percentile, E, the median, F, the mode of distribution. Solution: the age intervals is represented with S, and F represents the frequency, then the class boundary. When the first age intervals are between 10 to 19, the frequency is 6. The class boundary, we minus half from 10 to give us 9.5. We add half to 19.5 to make it 19.5. Then the second age interval is 20 to 29. The frequency is 12. The class boundary, we subtract half from 20 to give us 19.5. Then we add half to 29 to give us 29.5. The third age interval is 30 to 39. The frequency is 16. The class boundary, which is 29.5, we minus half from 30 to give us 29.5. We now add half to 39 to give us 39.5. The next age interval is 40 to 49. The frequency is 9. We minus half from 40 to give us 49.5. We add half to 49.5 to 49 to give us 49.5. The next age interval is 50 to 59. The frequency is 50. The class boundary minus 50, we minus half from 50 to give us 49.5. We add half to 59 to give us 59.5. The next age interval is 60 to 69. The frequency is 2. The class boundary, we minus half from 60 to give us 59.5. We now add half to 69.5 to give us 69.5. So the total number of frequency we got to be 50. Solution. The lower quartile range QI is equals to the lower boundary L1 plus, in parentheses, the total number of frequency n over 2 minus the summation sigma f1 all over the median frequency fq times c, that is the class difference. Count is equals to n, that is total number of frequency over 4, which is equals to 50 over 4, which is giving us 12.5. Our lower class boundary L1 is equals to 12.5, and our summation of the frequency, that is frequency before the median, is 6. Then the frequency of the median is 12. Therefore, the class difference C is equals to 10. Therefore, if we substitute the values into the formula, we have that our lower quartile is L1, that is the lower class boundary, is 19.5 plus, in parentheses, our n over 4 has been gotten to be 12.5 minus our summation of the frequency before the median is 6 all over 12 times 10. Therefore, our lower quartile is equals to 19.5 plus, in bracket, 6.5 over 12 times 10. Our lower quartile will now be equals to 19.5 plus 65 over 12, which will give us our lower quartile is equals to 19.5 plus 5.41. Lower quartile will be equals to 24.91. Upper quartile Q2